You sit at your desk with 12 browser tabs open, a half-finished business idea, a guitar leaning against the wall, a coding course at 43% complete, 3 books beside your bed with bookmarks trapped halfway through. And every night, the same thought creeps in like static noise. Why can't I just stick to one thing? You watch people build entire identities around a single path, one career, one passion, one lane. Meanwhile, your mind keeps reaching for new worlds like your soul is starving for variety. So you call yourself distracted, undisciplined, inconsistent. But what if the problem isn't that you lack discipline? What if your brain was never designed for one track in the first place? What if the very thing you've been ashamed of is actually your greatest competitive advantage? Because some people are built to specialize, and some people are built to connect worlds together. That is the polymath advantage. Most of society still operates on an industrial age mindset. Pick one thing, master it forever. Stay in your lane. It made sense in a world where change happened slowly. Factories needed repetition. Corporations rewarded predictability. Schools trained obedience more than adaptability. But your brain keeps resisting that structure, not because you're lazy, because you're adaptive. Psychologists call this novelty-seeking behavior. Your dopamine system is highly responsive to exploration, pattern recognition, and new stimulation. You gain energy from discovering connections. Most people never notice. A specialist digs one deep tunnel. A polymath builds bridges between mountains. And in a rapidly changing world, bridges become priceless. Look at history. Leonardo da Vinci studied anatomy, engineering, painting, architecture, and physics. At the time, people thought he was scattered. But his greatest breakthroughs came from cross-pollination. His art improved because he studied anatomy. His inventions improved because he observed nature. His genius wasn't compartmentalized. It was interconnected. Modern psychology calls this integrative thinking, the ability to merge unrelated fields into entirely new ideas. That's why some of the most innovative people today don't come from straight-line backgrounds. A marketer who understands psychology becomes dangerous. A programmer who studies storytelling creates addictive products. A musician who learns business builds independence. A creator who understands philosophy communicates at a deeper level. The world rewards people who can combine domains, and your curiosity is training that ability constantly. But there's a trap, because without direction, curiosity becomes chaos. You start everything, finish nothing, and eventually, your unfinished projects become emotional evidence against yourself. You begin to feel behind, not because you're incapable, because you're overloaded. Here's the shift that changes everything. Polymaths fail when they chase random interests. They thrive when they build a central identity. Think of your mind like a solar system. Most people try to become a single planet. You need to become the sun. One core mission. Multiple skills orbiting around it. Maybe your core is communication, then writing, psychology, video editing, marketing, and storytelling all connect. Maybe your core is freedom, then investing, entrepreneurship, design, coding, and networking become connected tools. The goal is not to eliminate your curiosity. The goal is to organize it. There's a concept in neuroscience called associative intelligence. Your brain becomes more creative when exposed to diverse inputs, because it creates richer neural connections between ideas. That means the interests you think are distractions may actually become your future advantage later. A man spends years obsessed with gaming, design, and psychology. People tell him to grow up. 10 years later, He becomes a game designer building experiences millions of people use daily. A woman jumps between photography, writing, branding, and filmmaking. Everyone calls her unfocused. Eventually, she becomes a creative director because she can see the entire ecosystem instead of one tiny piece. The dots rarely connect looking forward. They connect looking backward. And this is where most people misunderstand discipline. Discipline doesn't mean forcing yourself into a cage that kills your mind. Real discipline means building systems that work with your nature instead of against it. For polymaths, that means shorter learning cycles, project-based goals, skill stacking, seasonal obsessions, and one unifying mission underneath it all. You are not meant to move like a machine. You are meant to move like an ecosystem. Biology proves this too. In nature, species survive not because they are strongest, but because they adapt fastest. Specialists dominate stable environments. Generalists survive unstable ones. And the future belongs to adaptable minds. AI is replacing repetitive expertise. Industries are changing overnight. Entire careers are evolving in real time. But people who can learn quickly, connect fields, communicate ideas, and reinvent themselves, they become anti-fragile. Your curiosity is not weakness. It is survival software for the modern world. So stop apologizing for having multiple passions. Stop shrinking yourself to fit outdated definitions of success. You were never meant to be a factory worker of identity. You were built to explore, connect, adapt, and evolve. You are not broken. You are built different. And once you learn how to direct that difference, it becomes your unfair advantage. If this video felt like someone finally explained your brain, leave a comment saying, "I'm not distracted, I'm multidimensional," and subscribe for more psychology-based videos about human potential, identity, and the future of self-development.